I have 7 amazing freezer meal marinades for you today. We're gonna whip this all together in like an hour for me, but for you, it's probably only gonna be 10 minutes. If you need fast, easy dinners that you can throw on the grill in a matter of minutes to feed your family because no one's turning on any ovens inside, hit that thumbs up button and let's get started. We need someone on maracas. This is legit the easiest meal ever. There are 3 ingredients. I have, not tongs, right there. I have a freezer gallon bag in a pitcher. I have tried those like freezer baggie holder guys, but I find them a little flimsy and tippy. So back to the pitcher it is. So I'm gonna put in about 2.5 pounds of chicken drumsticks. Now, if your family doesn't jive on the drumstick, you could of course use a different cut of meat, but I am here for the dark meat. Dark meat on the bone, thighs, wings, and legs are superior. They cook better, they don't dry out. I mean, you can use like breasts or tenders if you want, but since we are cooking these in the crock pot, the texture is gonna be way different. That's like about half. I'll go a few more. My kids could definitely eat 2 each of these, so we wanna make sure we have enough. Next up is to use the barbecue rub, dry rub of your choice. You can, of course, make your own. I will not be doing that because I have this mix and I just wanna use it up. And it does have salt in it, so I do not need to add extra salt. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the remainder of this in here. A lemon pepper is really good. I've done that before. At this stage, we're going to just give it a shakeroo, like shake and bake chicken. Okay, once that's done, top it with your favorite barbecue sauce. I have 2 open ones in my fridge that I'm trying to like get down. So I have this Sweet Baby Ray's and then this Primal Kitchen Barbecue Classic. And if I didn't have enough, I had this mango jalapeno barbecue sauce as well. Just trying to use these up, and you pour some of these in as well. Maybe I should. A little bit of that. You guys remember those old Heinz ketchup glass bottle commercials? Because ketchup only came in glass bottles. Fun story, I was at a restaurant once and I opened one of those. After shaking it, I was probably 9 and it exploded all over my face and everyone laughed at me. And my biggest fear back then when I was like 8 or 9 was to be laughed at. So it was a horrible experience for me. I would say at least a cup of barbecue sauce, just your favorite one, it doesn't matter which flavor you're using, that is not a cup. Kitchen pro tip, barbecue sauce on anything makes it better. Barbecue sauce is just delicious. Wow, yum. Put some of that in there. Also, when it comes time to cook and you put this in the crock pot, you will want to put a little bit more barbecue, maybe a little bit of water, just to give it something to hang on to. That's it. Lay it flat and freeze it, and we're done. Let's use up the rest of my drumsticks, and we're gonna make some Asian sesame chicken drumsticks marinade. I'm kicking it off with 1/3 cup. I know this is a 2/3, but I have a 1/3 measurement, and I need 1/3 cup of oil and then 1/3 cup of rice vinegar, so I will use the little guide on the side. So I'm starting with 1/3 cup of avocado oil. You can use this or peanut oil. It's more mild than olive oil, so it won't have that tang since we're doing a more Asian flavor. Okay, so 1/3 cup of rice vinegar. Also, so this will take it up to the top, and oh my gosh, I am out of that. Okay, that goes on the shopping list. Just enough. I need 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I'm gonna use these coconut aminos because they have been sitting in my pantry for a while, so I do wanna use these up. How cute is this little measuring spoon cup thing? 1/4 cup of that. And because this is so salty, you won't need to add salt to this. 3 tablespoons of honey, I will eyeball that. And now it's on my hand. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. This stuff is strong. A little eyeball on that one. And I will also add a little bit of garlic and ginger just because I like those flavors a lot. So that's like a tablespoon of garlic. And I have this squeezy guy of ginger as well. So maybe a teaspoon of that. A little mix to get it all together. And this goes into our Ziploc bag of drumsticks. I have about 2 to 2.5 pounds of drumsticks for this. Oh no, I lost him. Here are my chicken drumsticks, labeled like always And in goes my marinade. And I like to use a spatula to make sure you get every last bit of that deliciousness in there. Can you believe how easy that was? You can cook this however you want. You can grill it, you can slow cook it, like crock pot it, instant pot, bake it, whatever you want. My favorite ways are the crock pot and the grill. For this cilantro lime marinade, we will start with a half a cup of olive oil or avocado oil, whichever you prefer. And then go into the zest and juice of 2 limes. Crushed red pepper flakes to your preference. I like it, so I'm gonna go like a half a teaspoon. And this is my hack. Because I don't wanna chop cilantro, I'm gonna use this paste stuff. And you need a good amount of it, so this probably half this tube, I would imagine. Yeah. Look at that, I don't have to chop anything. Garlic paste also, don't have to chop any of that. The equivalent of 2 garlic cloves. That's probably 5, but it's fine. We love garlic here. Some ground cumin, about a teaspoon. I have about a teaspoon in my hand, and everyone thinks I overestimate. So to prove you wrong, this is a teaspoon right here. 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. I've been cooking for 20 years. I've gotten really good at estimating. We do need some salt in here, about a teaspoon of that, and since this is a grinder, I'm just gonna guess. What time is it? Yes. Time to whisk it real good. Whisk it real good. All right, that is our cilantro lime sauce, marinade, whatever. I have about 2 pounds of chicken tenders in here. You could also use boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can use whatever you want. Okay, that goes right in. Can you believe how quickly I am ripping through these? Hardest part is making sure you have all the ingredients. Thaw and grill and use however you like. In a burrito, in a taco bowl, with your fingers, whatever. This next one is one of my absolute favorite chicken marinades. I stumbled across / tweaked this one way back when I was like 26 or 27 or something like that. So in my mixing bowl, I'm making up, oh, you can't see that. My marinade, I have the juice of 4 lemons with the zest, and I'm supposed to add 1 cup of mustard. And I ran out and I looked in my food storage. This is the only mustard I have left, this like sweet hot mustard. So we're just gonna go with it. 1 full cup of mustard. It's one of the main flavors of our marinade. So obviously if you don't like mustard, you probably wouldn't, you wouldn't like this dish. Okay, our 1 cup of mustard is going into my mixing bowl as well. About a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. So that's about that many. It's a good amount, so if you don't like spice, maybe pull back a little bit. But this is gonna go over basically this entire package of chicken thighs. Now I love to do this with chicken thighs on the bone, but I just figured these would cook a little bit faster, so I went with the boneless, skinless chicken thighs today. And 2 tablespoons of chopped rosemary. I have this dried crushed, but the recipe is for fresh. So I'm gonna cut it back to like half of that. So 1 tablespoon goes right in there. I'm gonna add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil to this just to loosen it up a hair. We're gonna give it a wang jangle. So before I put all of this together, I will put some salt on the chicken because there's not really much in the marinade. So just giving this a quick little grind. I'm trying to use up the rest of this grinder here. So let's put as much of this in here as we can. I'd like to do all of it, but I might not get to all of it. Most of it. I like these bags, these Great Value ones. They're cut differently on the bottom, so they stand up really nicely on the counter. Nice design change. Okay, my marinade is going in. I made this chicken for a party once a long time ago with my friends. They still talk about it. They were like, what was that mustard rosemary chicken you made that was so delicious? This is it. Okay, I think I can add all of it. Sweet. Obviously, because this is like it's like 4 pounds of chicken thighs. This will feed a crowd, and it's really easy to like double, triple, cut in half, whatever, to fit your family size. So get all the air out of this. And you're done. Just like the other one, this is a grill when you're finished. Serve it with whatever sides you want. Your family will love you. For our Southwest chicken tender marinade, I have 1/3 cup of vinegar. You can use apple cider or white vinegar, and 1/3 cup of olive oil or avocado oil, your call. Coming up next, we have some more cilantro. And I'm just gonna squeeze like a tablespoon. These little tubes make marinade making so quick. 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, which is excellent because I am really getting close to finishing this. 1 teaspoon of oregano. I'm gonna go maybe a half because Dave doesn't love this flavor to be overpowering, so I'm gonna go half a teaspoon. Of course, you can always go with your family's preferences as well when it comes to flavors that you like or don't like. 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of salt, a half to 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And this is my little baby whisk trying to mix this together. Look at that color, isn't that amazing? This will go on about 2 pounds of chicken tenders. You could use chicken breast if you wanted, or a thigh. I will use up the remaining chicken tenders that I have for this. So make sure you write on your bag what it is, even though you think you're gonna remember, you won't. You could, of course, mix the marinade just in the bag. You don't have to put it in a bowl like I am, but it's a lot harder to film with the camera, putting it in a bag so you can see it well, so that's why I'm doing it in a separate bowl, but you could just do it all in one container like this and then really have no dirty dishes at all. Okay, Southwest vinaigrette marinade going in. Make sure everything is coated, pop that in the freezer. And cooking options here, you could grill this or you can bake this in the oven. I personally would put this on a salad, topped with like avocado and cheese and tortilla chips. That would be just amazing. This Zesty Italian chicken starts with an entire bottle of Zesty Italian dressing. I tried to find a different brand, but Kraft was the only one that said Zesty on the front, so I figured this was the one we had to use. The entire bottle. Wow. Next up is 1 packet of ranch dressing. Whole thing goes right in, and because of the dressing and the ranch, we do not need to add salt to this, but I will throw in about a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. The cheap shaky stuff is fine. I'm eyeballing a little. That might have been 3 or 4. It's all good. When you make marinade, sometimes you measure with your heart. Give it a whisk. Yeah. Don't worry, the chunks are the Parmesan cheese. It'll be fine. Set that to the side and let's get our chicken in our Ziploc bag. I have my pitcher holder with my bag. It is labeled with Zesty Italian chicken right on it. And you can put in 4 to 6 full chicken breasts. I have tenders here, so let's just do about 2 pounds, which is almost this entire package, but not quite. And when it comes time to cook this, you will just thaw it from your freezer and grill it. Our marinade goes right in, just like that. Try not to make a mess like I'm doing. Oh, I think I did not spill it on the outside. Okay, good. That's it. That is it. Lay it flat to freeze and another one down. My lemon garlic chicken starts with a half a cup of olive oil and the juice and zest of 2 lemons, which is about a 1/4 cup or so. Up next, I have 4 cloves of garlic. Again, going in with my squeezy garlic, and I'm really just eyeballing that. Now, instead of rosemary like the other dish, we will use this thyme. And I keep this in the freezer so it lasts forever. I'm just gonna dump that whole thing in there and let it sit marinating in the whole thing. And then when it comes time to grill or cook your chicken however you want, you can pull the sticks out and the leaves will have fallen off at that point. Makes it way easier. 1 teaspoon of salt is going in. Another big teaspoon of black pepper. You could do half a teaspoon if you don't jive on quite that much pepper. And that is literally it. This one is so, well, listen, all of these are easy. I'm just gonna mush the thyme in there a little bit. And then once I get this in the bag with the chicken, I will massage it in a little bit, try and get these leaves to fall off. These are chicken breasts that I cut smaller so they kind of look like tenders, but they're not. I just want them to cook a little faster. See if I can do this without making a mess. Oh yeah. And just a little massage so I can get that thyme kind of all over the chicken. And that's it. 7 chicken freezer meal marinades in like less than an hour. If you are looking for recipes from today's video, there will be a link below for you to sign up and I will send you a free download with all of the recipes from today's video. Let me know which ones you make, which ones are your favorite, and happy cooking from me to you. I'll see you next time. Bye.
A plank with a dumbbell in between your legs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Did you hear me? When we were rolling out thighs.
Well, I heard something.
when I was rolling my thighs, I was like, oh, I didn't know this would hurt that bad.
I did one where she put the foam roller right here and we did this and I was like, oh, why? I was from my video.
Not so fast.